Pants on.
Hey everyone, this is a Trash to Cash pants. Yeah, because halfway through the show, sorry, we forgot to tell John.
My image is ruined the rest of it. I'm not going to be able to do this.
Okay, we're back. Trash to Cash podcast, episode 24. We've got a special guest today, Carrie, American Arbitrage. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
We have been wanting to have you on for forever. And then, of course, we have John, as always, the Cincinnati picker, and Kevin, the Commonwealth picker.
Kevin's here again. I don't know why.
So, Carrie, how much did we have to pay you to get you on the show?
I just put in a $300 deposit, and you said I'd get that back, right?
Yeah, you'll get it. Yep.
Hey, before
we did send it to John to hold, though. Just you know.
But I actually have an opportunity for you, Carrie, which I wanted to talk to you about.
Sweet,
that $300, I could turn that into $700.
I know, man.
Just give me 3 weeks.
Let's do some box breaks.
I can make money on your money. Let's get rich together.
John, where do you put your millions at? I'm just curious. Where are they? Where do you put your millions, John?
The student loan payments.
No, John.
Student loan payments.
Don't you have one of those big swimming pools of coins like Kevin and Scrooge McDuck swimming it?
Right. I wish.
No, okay.
Speaking of money, we have our business meetings right here on the podcast, John. So I'm sorry. So Paul sent me a message today and said he's demanding. This is a good question for John because he's been on a lot of lives. He's demanding 1/3 of the super chat y'all got. 1/3.
First off, who's Paul?
I'm not even getting 1/3. I get 1/10.
So let me.
Yeah, that's
time
true.
out really quick. So YouTube is going to take 1/3. That only leaves 2/3. So are you getting 1/3 of the 2/3?
I get 1/3.
Yeah,
so
his
you're really
third,
getting like a fifth.
Paul's third is the YouTube third.
I was
told there wouldn't be math when I signed up for this. I don't know why we're getting into this already.
John, have you ever gone on a live and then expected to get, like Paul, expected to get a portion of the revenues of somebody else's live? Have you ever demanded that like Paul? I can't imagine.
No, I haven't. Second question, who's Paul?
True.
Sounds like
Paul.
That's a great question. I don't know.
Sounds like he's just blowing wind.
Philly Flipper.
Philly Flipper. There's too many Pauls, man. I know
there's also too many
sports guy. I know Paul. There's lots of Pauls.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Paul the
Philly Flipper, I've met him in person. Really good dude.
Yeah.
Twice. We were in Philadelphia. Yeah, twice. When we were in Philadelphia, he had gave a really good recommendation for cheesesteaks. So we all went and got cheesesteaks. It was awesome.
What did he recommend? I'm curious.
It was. It started with a D. I can't remember what it was.
McDonald's? McDonald's?
The Philly steaks?
Cheesesteaks?
I can't remember what it was, but it was delicious.
Delicious. Ooh. It was probably D'Angelo's.
He told me that Tommy paid. Was that true?
Are you going to D'Angelo's? No, I paid.
Yeah. Oh, of course. So you lied again. There you go.
I thought that Tommy paid with his shoe. He's a big shoe guy.
He is a shoe guy, yeah. He's doing thousands per day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I know he's a hustler.
He's like Carrie, up all night, sleeps all day.
Exactly.
Sleeps when we're supposed to have a podcast with him as well.
Exactly. I skip the selling part, though. Unless if it's on Whatnot, then I do.
No, dude, you sell $1 sports cards to your fans.
Dude, no, really, I just did my first 2 box breaks ever, which John's been doing for a little bit on Whatnot. And it's fun, man. It
very
was
confusing.
I enjoyed it.
I don't understand what's happening.
It seems like every
I've actually been
I'm on with Whatnot sellouts. Every single time I come on an episode.
Hey,
you know what's funny, though? You guys talked about that with
down
Tim.
The line. I know it.
Right?
Tim,
I can't be a sellout because I was never paid. That's the requirement.
I wasn't either.
Sellout. You have to take money, and I never took any
money.
No,
John, it sounds like you're as good at negotiating as I am. Because there's many companies who are paying other people, but not me.
Hello. Yeah, I'll sell. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. See, because I was a buyer on Whatnot for months before I was ever a seller, so I saw the potential of it and where it's going to be. It's big picture. It's nothing like anything we've ever seen before. It's going to completely revolutionize.
I'm just going to go out and say what we're all thinking.
Reselling in general, it's
eBay's dead.
Okay, it's dead. Yeah, I actually took down all my listings. Yep.
I know.
I'm holding out.
I'm joking.
I'm holding out.
We're going for a
soundbite.
Sellout.
I'm going to sell out to eBay, so I can't sell out to Whatnot until eBay comes with the offer. You think that'll ever happen?
I think it'll happen. I think you'll sell out at some point. You're definitely going to sell out.
That's it.
I think you're
the whole
spending too much time on Bonanza.
Hey, I got a Bonanza sale today. I got one. It was a Mercury Comet Haynes repair manual. $11 Bonanza.
Do you know that I actually hired an investigative journalist to look into Bonanza, and Kevin is the founder? I don't know if you knew that. He actually created Bonanza. Yeah, he's the co-founder.
Bonanza is most definitely a boomer word. Like, it was some old people. I love this show back in the day. It was a Western called Bonanza.
Should we call it the Rifleman or Bonanza?
Right, exactly.
It's like
no one
always puts
60 came up with that name.
Kevin's always putting like super old songs on his Instagram stories too. Like I feel like I'm in yesteryear.
Put Gene Autry on today.
Yeah, man. It's always like
good stuff.
It's always like Herb Albert and the Tijuana Brass or something.
Hey, actually, Carrie, I need to confront you on this because I watched your video today. It was awful. And I noticed that you added some stories at the end from your Insta. Did you straight up steal that from me? Like I did it 2 days ago.
Heck yeah. I almost just took your thumbnail, dude. I was just going to take your thumbnail.
Carrie, no originality.
Just tell him that he inspired you. That's the
word. He inspired me. He
I was
inspired
inspired
me to
by
steal it from him.
Dave. And then, you're paying homage.
Yeah.
The truth is,
I'll teach you the ways.
The truth is, Kevin had told me, I think you did too, Dave, that I need to make my YouTube videos longer, and it was still short. Right. So I added like a minute of stories because I'm like, hey, maybe they'd like to know if I'm actually a real person, and I don't know. Maybe they do. Who knows?
I don't understand why you didn't put the Lost in the Walmart parking lot
ad in here if I don't make it 8 minutes. So I
had to tell Carrie that.
He knew what was
Carrie
up.
literally put out a video that was 7 minutes and 59 seconds. Do you remember that, Carrie?
Yeah. I thought it was 10 minutes.
I'm like, what are you doing, dude?
That was the cutoff. I thought it was 10 minutes. So I'm like, I'm not even close. Why bother?
You know what I used to do before I made
length is important, Carrie. Length is very important. I don't know if you know this.
I heard it was
my wife tells me all the time.
I've heard it's about just stick-to-itiveness, really.
Oh,
yeah.
That's why I started putting those endings into my videos, with the water running for 12, 14, 18 seconds.
Exactly.
So I could get it. But now I make 39-minute videos. So that makes it.
John, you probably didn't know this, but Kevin taught me about 3 weeks ago how to put mid-roll ads in my videos, and I've had a channel since 2010. So,
Wow. All right.
There's that.
Hey, there's things I'm always learning. Like,
I've
been my 5-year anniversary was a few days ago, and like I still use iMovie to edit. I still record with like a GoPro 8. What are they on now? Like the 12 or something?
13.
I'm very archaic with a lot of the things that I do. It's I don't know a lot of.
Kevin still edits on his phone.
I edit on my phone.
They all edit on their phone, John. Yeah. Everyone edits on their phone.
I don't know how to edit.
All the TikTokers do. That's a given. Come on.
So, John,
they're not even real content creators.
John,
they're not. I hate them.
I get criticized by these guys all the time. Dave made me use his affiliate link. He sent me a message like, dude, you need to get a computer. And he sent me an affiliate link, $2,000 computer. I'm like, dude, I don't know how to use it. He's like, just get it. Come on down to my place.
Get it.
And
gun to your head.
Edit. You can save an hour a day. I went and bought it on his affiliate link. So he got the money, and he moved 3 days later.
I used the affiliate money. I used the affiliate money to move. How do you think I afforded the move?
See, if we don't put you in check, Kevin, you're going to take over this whole dang podcast. We have to occasionally let you know.
What do you mean going to? He has. I've been listening to this podcast from the beginning.
It's already
as
done.
soon as Kevin came in, it was done, man. Like
we're a lot more business oriented. Speaking of which, American Bubble.
Hey, actually, listen. Can we? Okay, so everyone hated the phone segment, but we've gotten to the bottom of why they hated the phone segment, John. It was because Carrie wasn't funny. Like, Carrie was trying really hard to be funny.
I actually really liked the phone segment. I thought it was funny. I was trying to think of something clever to call in and do, and it just didn't come together. So there's no calls for me, or maybe they are.
I was in Vegas.
We got this call.
Dawn was yelling at me. I just wasn't in the zone. I'm sorry.
Well, you could have gotten out. Okay, here, we got this call, and I want you to hear it.
Oh, well, hello. Good day. This is American Bubble Boy from America. And I just want to say that Kevin does not mention me quite enough on the shows. I may have to pull my sponsorship. Tell that boy that he needs to do his job and mention me every 5 minutes or so. Don't forget, if you need Bubbles, you gotta go to Bubble Boy from America if you want it from America. American Bubble Boy. Get bubbles up in the
so, I mean, Kevin, every 5 minutes, is that what you signed up for?
Sound like Joel.
You signed up for every 5 minminutes.
That's fake. That's ridiculous. Latin American. Well, I founded Latin American Bubble Boy. And it is going to take over.
Okay, that's awesome.
I can sell it.
Do you ever need bubble wrap, but don't mind if you get it 3 weeks later? Latin American Bubble Boy. That's it.
You need bubble wrap, but you need it slow. Go to Kevin's new company.
It's being shipped by boat.
When you guys brought it up with Tim over the years, I was listening to your interview with Tim, and like he brings up American Bubble Boy, like nope, back up, don't do this. he handled it well. He's like, what's the politically correct answer that I can give here? He's hilarious, by the way. Tim's fantastic, man. I love Tim.
He's amazing. Yeah. One of the best pickers.
He's the national treasure. Like honestly, we're incredibly lucky to have him.
Great movie.
National treasure. We're getting a little bit out of hand here.
He is.
Kevin,
Tim's
a little
awesome.
bit out of it.
Kevin, you're a historian. Is National Treasure starring Nick Cage historically accurate? Like, is there really that treasure and we can go find it?
Yes,
that's
Dave,
stuff all real. That's a documentary. Real. Okay, I'm gonna watch that. Yeah,
it's good actually, dude.
Okay, so Kevin,
way to screw up the flow, Dave.
Seriously, this is at least it's not talking about Taco Bell.
Reselling.
Oh,
guys.
Dude, I went to Taco Bell and got 10 orders of nacho fries tonight, and I'm feeling better. Oh yeah, all the way.
Wash down the beans, the two cans of beans you ate.
I got a question for you since you're talking about Tim, because I've picked with Tim. Who's the best picker I've heard you talk about Kevin. Down in
Tennessee picker?
Not this Kevin Tennessee, but really okay. I'm just curious because I've picked with some good ones.
I've known Kevin now for like 5 years, almost 6 years, and when I first met him, and we were kind of picking a little bit together on like Highway 70, I think it was. As much as he was talking, I just got vibes of like this guy's full of shit. Like he doesn't. There's no way he can possibly know all this. You know how you get vibes like that from people sometimes, like they're just talking out of their butt or whatever, but. The more I got to know him after like a year, I was like, oh my God, no, he's actually legit. He knows all this stuff. He actually worked in one of those sell for you eBay stores. You remember those? You would bring it into the storefront and they would put it on eBay for you. It was in like 40-year-old version.
Dude, I just watched that last night. Small
His
world.
knowledge is insane. I can get a big box of like action figures or random stuff and I'll do a video and he'll be like, here's all the names. Like better than Google Image. The dude knows his stuff. And
Maybe
when I'm out in the wild,
Google Image.
He outpicks me every time. He outpicks me. He finds more stuff. Like he knows how to squeeze every penny out of picks. Like it might be stuff that I look past. That he's like, no, that's going to make money. Let me buy that. Yeah, Kevin.
What makes a good picker? What makes a great picker, in your opinion, John?
I think what makes a great picker is knowing that you don't know everything and constantly trying to learn from others, combined with basically walking into every opportunity as if it's a challenge, like going into a sale, like I'm going to find something at the sale to make money on. And Kevin does that. Every sale he goes into, he can usually find something to make money on. Like that's literally our job. Our job is to find the thing at that sale that we can make money on.
I think people
I would
think
say,
it's easy.
Though, it's like you want a short fingernail. Probably the pinky would be my best picker. Yeah. The pointer's okay, but sometimes the nail's a little too long.
See what I got to deal with? I told you. Look, he's already pouring a second drink.
What are you drinking tonight, Kevin? I've got Baja Blast Zero from Taco Bell.
I ran out.
Carrie, what you got?
I had Diet Fanta and I ran out, so I'm just going to do this with a dry mouth.
Hey, we're going to do a live event in Las Vegas, guys. So if you apologies in advance. Carrie's going to be there. Dawn, his significant other, is going to be there. I'm going to be there. Tina's going to be there. That's my wife. And we are going to be at Bahama Breeze in Vegas, April 30th. You got to sign up, though, because there's only like 10 spots left. And it's free food. So just come out, hang out, eat free food.
It's awesome. So far, we have Tom Hanks. We have some porn star or something. Nikki Breeze.
Yeah, I don't. Tracy. Yeah, Nikki Breeze. That's it. I don't know who she is, but she signed up.
Nikki Breeze at Bahama Breeze. That's
how she got in the business. She had that connection.
And me and Carrie. So we've got two options, and you guys can weigh in the comments as to what we should do. If only the 10 or 15 people show up, we can either split the food for $25 or bring in some hobos to
enjoy
the food with us.
By the way,
you're paying a little for it. The show is paying for it, Kevin.
Whether or not
we're using your money.
You guys are making money.
Yeah.
I didn't know you guys are making money on this.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
we think
we're upselling everything, guys. You want water? That's an extra $3.
Yep.
You know how much they charge us? Nothing. Yeah. Nobody's gonna see this. Don't worry about it.
Another thing we were able to implement, John, is we have the iTunes store automatically charging your card as soon as you hit play. So you may not realize that, but those Apple charges, those are going to us.
We got that thing at those Amazon stores when you walk in, they just automatically get your card when you walk out.
You think that show was worth $12? Deduct. It just takes it out of your wallet right away.
So it's my job here to refocus here. So I got a question. Can I go back for a minute to resell?
Rather you didn't, but
because YouTubers, I learned a lot from YouTubers. See, look at that. I got to bring it back down. So I'm going to tell you something I learned from John. I learned from John not to sell TV VCR combos anymore. I watched a video John did. He said, "Don't sell TV VCR combos." So that's my one thing. You had a big TV VCR combo one time, and you're like, "I don't think I'm going to sell these anymore. They're too hard to ship."
Well, hold on. Why? So why aren't you selling them anymore?
Why'd you give up?
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Would you say you're a quitter, Kevin?
No, I got to find a video now.
Kevin, are you lying right now?
No, I'm telling
I don't think he's lying. I just forget things.
John's confirming Kevin's a liar. Confirmed.
The price on those are going even higher than they were before. My brother-in-law sold them for $150.
How did his whatnot go the other day, by the way?
It went very well. Brennan's very comfortable on camera. He's super easy to listen to. He's just a very calm guy. I've known him now for, 10 years. It's been a long time I've known him. And he does not, he is even keel all the time. The dude does not get rattled, doesn't get overexcited. He's the most even keel person I've ever met. So he's really relaxing to listen to. Doing a whatnot, you know what I mean? You guys know how it is. You pop into some whatnots, and after 10 seconds, you're like, "This is a train wreck. I got to get out of here."
Oh man,
I think he's good. I think he's a really good fit for it.
Yeah.
It's all point at Carrie. It's all point at Carrie. He is the worst. Carrie's the worst whatnotter in America.
The audio version. There's just a whole bunch of pointing going on.
Yeah, we're just pointing at Carrie.
I listen to you guys on the podcast.
You're one of the 12 people. Thank you.
That's awesome. No, there's a lot of people. There's a significant amount of people.
You guys all have faces for radio, so it's
it's not wrong.
John, I hate the Reds. Joey Votto's garbage.
Oh.
Wow, guys,
we're about to have a fight.
Take care. I'll see you next time.
I actually like
John
the
left
Reds.
the show.
Come back,
John
John.
left the show.
Oh, man.
John.
Oh, he's back. Here he is.
Oh, he's
got
back.
a little flower behind him. I like that.
Look at that.
That's pretty.
He's got the AirPods.
Yeah, my
flower.
wife set up the basement. She was doing videos and stuff, so she's got.
Dude, look how
AirPods are a little overkill, but whatever.
Yeah, look how mobile he is when he shoots.
I know.
He's
look
in
at that.
And out. He's ducking and weaving because he's got the AirPods in.
That's what happens when you get $40K a month on YouTube, guys.
400K.
AirPods. You could just have a blank background and not even care anymore. It's awesome.
Yep. That hat has a gold inlay.
You should
and
see
It's kind of like an old Barry Larkin's 23-karat gold card inside.
Oh, Kevin, your camera just did a little pop in. That was kind of fun. A little fun time we just had. So, okay, why is that confusing, Kevin? You look very confused by that.
It's lingo. It's lingo for cameras.
Oh, you don't know about pop-ins. Okay.
What
about pop-ols?
Yes, I know pop-ols.
Sell those.
Bolo alert. Pop-ols. Bolo of the week. Go, Bolo. Kevin. Pop-ols.
Go, Kevin. I've got one, actually.
Okay,
I don't have. Actually, I did sell a pop-ol. I sold a pop-ol TV tray this week.
How much?
It was $26 push-up.
What platform?
It's not too bad. eBay. You don't
Totally.
remember pop-ol? John, you sold pop-ols. You have
Did your wife let you know that you sold
I remember you selling.
Kevin, I think you're mistaken me with somebody, dude.
No,
you said that I stopped
selling
TVs. You said I'm selling popples. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know. I apologize, John. This is not
my gosh. I'm going to go find it. It's the little stuffed animals that fold into themselves into a little ball.
Yeah.
I'm going to go find it.
Actually,
2 years ago.
I don't think that's them.
I'm posting it on my Instagram tomorrow.
And we always ask Kevin to kind of research the guest, and sometimes he just doesn't put in the effort, and it's just
it's John.
Kevin can't even show up to a meeting.
You guys didn't vet me. You should have vetted me before you asked me to join.
Listen, I couldn't show up to the meeting because of a family emergency. Okay, so it's fine.
I'm scheduled.
Pretty sure that's in Michigan.
Yes.
Cincinnati, Michigan.
Cincinnati.
You'd be shocked how many questions I get comments. Where are you from?
Where are you from? Yeah. Yep.
Take a
John, funny story.
You got to be more general. I'm just America. They're gonna have to guess within that.
People always ask me if I'm from North Carolina because it's NC Picker,
but it's
and now
nice,
I can
cool
finally
picker.
say no. I'm just nice, cool picker.
Nice, cool.
I still think it's nitro.
Those are the adjectives
chalupa.
I think of when I think of you, Dave.
John, you saw me at the rally, so you know
Short,
I'm not
gassy
exactly terribly tall. Dave is shorter than me. So just give you an idea.
Shut up.
I'm also wider.
I swear.
So it's, all the dimensions are different.
I get to the rally and everybody's a giant. Everybody.
Yep.
I mean, people are. It's like Pete's like normal sized human being. He's like 6 foot tall. Everybody's.
Yeah, Pete's pretty tall.
Crazy. And I mean, John,
I was tall. Like I'm 6'1", and then I see Philly Flipper, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, he's
my favorite picture I've ever seen is you standing next to Philly Flipper.
That was awesome. Let's put that on the screen. Guys.
I have a picture of me and my wife standing next to you and your wife, and it's just like, oh my, because Whitney's tall too.
Yeah, our kids are going to be tall.
The day we saw Philly Flipper and Kevin Shed, we finally realized Kevin Shed was 5x5.
It's true.
It's just a box in his backyard. It's a fridge box.
Just for the record, Paul made
it's a doggy door. It's not even a full-size human door.
Dude, okay, so Tom Cheese messaged on our last video, and he said 10x is the minimum he'll do on a flip. He will not do a flip. He's not going to make 10x his money.
He's going to hear that ka-ching about
getting
twice
into
a
this
month
again?
if he's lucky.
Yes. So what is your lowest number, Kevin? 0.2? 0.02?
I don't care. I'll sell things at a loss as long as
Dave's like, if I can't get a negative, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, if I don't get negative feedback. And so, Carrie, I mean, I actually was making fun of you at the flea market today to this guy who was selling cards. I'm like, dude, the guy buys cards and sells them at a loss just so he can have a better collection and trick his significant other into think he's making a profit. That's basically what you do.
That hurts. No, I have an affinity. I really do. I really love sports cards. I'm like John in that sense. And I like finding just like obscure random stuff. So I'm getting stuff cheap. I am making money, but I don't make as much money as I probably could if I was buying more autos and patches
or
and stuff
good at
like
it. If you were good at it, that would be helpful.
Yeah, but you got to do what you love, guys. You got to do what you love.
If you guys had like a sports card pick-off, who would win? John, Carrie?
I'd love to do that.
Probably Carrie. Carrie's been.
So? I don't know about that.
Do you only do new, John, or you do them all?
I might win baseball. I know baseball.
You would win baseball for sure. You know more about that than me.
But everything else,
I'd win field hockey.
Probably got me.
Yeah, field
hockey.
Have you
done
hockey cards?
So you've done the Funko Pops on there.
Yeah.
You've done the Funko Pops.
Yeah,
on there.
I sold
all
350 Funko Pops in 12 days.
Besides the cards and that, have you done? What else have you done?
Yeah,
besides
so
the
my first 3 or 4 whatnots was just kind of random stuff. Like I did some vinyl records, some hats, some shirts. I was just kind of getting my feet wet. I did some action figures. But
records didn't go well.
I made a connection. What's that?
I said records didn't go well when I sold them on there.
Oh, really? I did okay.
Did you do well with them?
John was talking.
It's kind of hard to hard to show the condition and everything, and I'm not an expert at grading records.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to keep doing that, but I got a connection to buy a ton of sports cards, and it's kind of ongoing. So that's why I kind of dipped my toes into that. And I've actually been collecting sports cards on and off my entire life, and it's something that I love doing. And as far as doing the breaks and everything, I've been getting into breaks now for 7 or 8 years. So I'm very familiar with breaking cards and how all that works. So I've kind of been dipping my toes into that as well. But yeah, it's been super fun.
Yeah. What so about the second kind of perfect then?
It's because you got the sports card channel.
Well, it is perfect. Yeah, I decided to do that because I'm just having a lot of fun with sports cards, honestly. And I thought it would be fun because I've been buying so much of it, and I didn't want my Cincinnati Picker channel to just be sports cards. We'll just do a whole another thing about sports cards. Either I'm out finding stuff collections wise, or I'm buying boxes and stuff from retail. So I thought it'd be fun to do that.
So why the record? So I have an antique booth still. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I probably should have just followed your lead and just got the heck out of it. But you used to sell the records. I was going to say I remember you on a video saying that you don't grade records, so you don't sell them. But then I would be told that you didn't say that on video, so I didn't say that. But I'm pretty sure you said that I don't sell records because I don't grade them, and so I don't put them on eBay. And then you put them in your booth. Is that why you're selling them on Whatnot? Because you just don't want to take the chance on on eBay?
Yeah. So when I put them on Whatnot, I would make sure that they'd be in good playable condition. But like I don't go into like the VG Plus, the Fine, all that. Like, and if you put them on eBay, most of the buyers are going to want some kind of grade of what it is, because you can't convey what kind of picture, what kind of scratches are on a record with the pictures. It's just not going to show up.
Hard.
Is that what VG stands for? I never.
Very good. Yeah.
VG. I just put them up there, and I put all of them. I put G, VG, VG Plus.
Yeah.
And they sell fine.
Dave just thought, that was
choose your own adventure.
I've actually never.
Yeah, I didn't know of a GG.
Slang for something else.
But that's the underrated thing about Whatnot. I mean, it seems super obvious, but the visual aspect and I've talked with Dawn about this a lot. The fact that you could talk about an issue with an item, or you can, show people up close, the condition of a card. Yeah. That's actually really, really huge. And I know eBay is starting to do the video thing, which I'm sure isn't going to take off. People like Kevin will try it, but it'll fail.
Yeah, he'll try to sell it.
Yeah, he'll be like, yeah, guys, try this.
Dude,
he has to have some
content. Kevin will win because they'll give him a big stack of cash. Here's $100K, Kevin.
That's true.
Talk about eBay. True. He'll burn it and laugh. It's just what he does. Just what he does. His wallpaper is actually.
Speaking of Kevin, when are you gonna get on the Whatnot train, Kevin?
Yeah,
it's internet.
Come on, KBZ.
I've got two issues. The two issues are the internet, and that's the truth. John has the only live I've ever been on 6. I went on John's live one time. It was the only 6. I've tried 4 lives, and 3 of them failed. John's actually worked. So that's the first issue. And the second issue is I'm just waiting for the money. I mean, you guys are all in there, and I've got to wait for that sweet spot where I can get a little bit of, not Harry Tornado money, but no, seriously, I don't know. I think you kind of have to have.
That was the money. That was the money I got. Just get on, man.
You gotta love reselling, once Kevin.
No. Yeah, exactly. Are you a reseller
love of the
or
game,
a YouTuber?
man? Yeah, come on,
yeah,
Kev.
Love of the game.
Such a YouTuber.
Seriously, man. Yeah.
Gosh.
Hey, I don't know.
We're truest here.
Don't let me pull out my reseller card here. I'm gonna have to do it here. I'm gonna have to do it. Easy.
Is it in some old dirty Tupperware? Go ahead.
I have a reseller card right here, guys. It says any port in a storm, and it's a little child hiding under a big fat lady's butt. There's my reselling card.
Hey, come on, girls, make the world go round.
I bet I've sold. I don't know how many I've sold. I better not say. Can you look on eBay and see how many items you've sold?
Yes, I'll tell you right now.
I don't.
It says you've sold. No, Kevin. It says you've sold 15 items, and that you're still a newbie.
I'm a newbie.
You have and it's weird. You only have 2 feedback. Yeah, you only have 2 feedback. I don't know what that's all
I'll tell you what. I feel like
I'm popping a new bottle. You're gonna have to appreciate this.
Chug. Kevin, you've sold 23,000 items. 23,000.
There's more than that. I sold more than that. For real? Is that what it says?
eBay says 23,000 items have been sold. That's a lot
of
items. So
Kevin, now that you've sold so much, and they're reporting it. They're reporting it after $600. Are you just going to quit now?
Are you going to keep lying on your taxes? Or?
Wait, Kevin, did you sell over $600 with those 23,000?
I didn't.
For sure.
It's a lot of losses.
It's all Tupperware.
He had a lot of mileage.
It's just Tupperware lids. 23,000 Tupperware lids. 50 cents. No, listen, Kevin. I sold 4.8 thousand to give you some context of how much you've sold. You sold 5 times as much as me. 6 times as much.
No, there's no way. Look, I'm going
to look up John's store.
10,000. I have 10,000 something feedback. There's no way I'm getting almost 40-45% feedback. There's no way.
That's true. You're not that good.
Got to be way.
Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't get anywhere near that. Yeah.
Dave's at like 80% feedback, but it's all negative.
Too. But you got to take into account your buyer feedback, Kevin. What all have you bought on eBay?
Oh, he buys a lot. That's where he buys his Hanes.
See, so that 10,000 feedback.
He's been wearing these since 1956. So these vintage Hanes that everyone's buying and flipping, Kevin's buying them. These whitey tighties.
They were
he started wearing them when he was a kid. Yeah.
Are you just recreating the Risky Business scene with Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
I bet I've sold 100,000 things on eBay. I'm gonna go look at it, Dave.
Dude, I'm literally looking at it.
Look at this, guys.
There's
claims with no proof. Claims with no proofs, folks.
Yeah, how much? What rate of your feedback? What rate do you get feedback
Kevin,
per sale?
Here's the thing that I don't know.
Mad. I'm looking
for math again, guys. Come on. I told you.
Kevin, don't make Kevin angry, guys. We've done this before, and he turns all green.
Seriously. That's true.
Kevin, we don't know for sure that eBay is accurate, but I'm telling you what eBay is saying right now. When I look at it, eBay is saying that you've sold.
Dave, I've sold 2,700 Inamin. So that number cannot be. Yes.
There, look, 23,000. I'm just telling you what eBay says. It doesn't have to be true, but that's, and when you're talking with them about your big sponsor deal, you should get them to fix that. Maybe inflate it a little bit too. Maybe put 300-400K in there. I wonder what.
A serious question for you guys: who does the editing on the video podcast, where you clip the little things, the little snippets, and then you do the faces on the thing? Because the one with
clearly
him,
not Carrie.
He's talking about the Bon Appetit. you put his face on this, whatever the movie scene was. I'd lost it. I was laughing myself. Is that you?
Although
Dave.
I will say that both highlights that Tim were in bombed.
Did they? Oh,
yeah, both of them.
I don't really watch the performance.
I watched it. I thought it was great.
Oh, they're funny. I mean, they're the funny ones.
I love the one where we did the Adam Sandler clip.
It's been like 4 days, man. You gotta let it age for fine wine.
I love where we almost got in.
Yeah,
evergreen content right there, baby.
Yeah. Could you imagine somebody randomly just finding that clip and they don't know anything about reselling? That would be great because
they're just like fans of Ace Ventura, and they're like,
they're just like, this is a really mediocre comedy podcast.
Hey, okay, so we need to talk about that. We did do a live, like Kevin was saying, and a lot of you guys showed up, and we do appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we just love you guys for showing up. And that's all I wanted to say about that.
Sometimes it's just about showing up, guys. Sometimes it's just about being there. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it was actually really fun. It ended with a bang. Carrie wimped out though. Carrie was like, "Do you have it with you, Carrie?
Where did my paint go? No,
where's your paint, man?" Because basically, John, I don't know if you saw it, but I ended off saying, "Hey, we're all gonna pour water on our head."
I don't know where it went actually.
Paul wimped out. He didn't dump the water on his head. Carrie didn't have water, but he had chalk paint, and I told him to dump the chalk paint on his head, and he wimped out. And I'm the only one who did it. It's
expensive, guys. That's expensive. I can't waste that. Don would kill me.
Dude, that would have been the greatest highlight of all time. Carrie dumping chalk paint on his head. I mean, people would have watched
more
it
clothing
again
with paint on it.
You do have a lot of clothing with paint. So does Don.
Yeah, I don't need more.
Okay, so John, are you back to yard sales?
No.
Are you going?
Man, we keep getting false springs here in Cincinnati. Like the whole month of March, this is what it's been. 2 or 3 days of like 65, 70-degree weather, and then 2 or 3 days of 20 degrees and snow. Just back and forth the whole month.
Dang.
We just had snow this past weekend. Wednesday it's going to be 75, and then it's going to be cold again. So it'll probably be like May 1st. That it's usually around May that garage sales really kick off here. Yeah, it takes a while.
So you do a lot of sourcing from, I mean, you don't just source at garage sales. So, like, I mean, what's your supply? How are you getting your stuff right now? Or do you not care?
Yeah, so I'm fortunate to have a really good network of people that I buy from. I just bought a carload of electronics today from a buddy named Jim that I buy from all the time. Yeah, I buy all the time. I get emails, calls at least once, twice a week. I got this, I got that. So
okay,
that really is the key in this business. If you've been doing it for any amount of time,
Carrie, you had that today, didn't you?
Sure.
Yeah, we got a call out of the blue. We weren't expecting to go buy anything, and I got a big Xena collection for like $75. I'm not into Xena, but like one of the Lucy Lawless autograph card I got, it's like probably going to get me 200-ish. So that'll pay for everything.
Why didn't you pay more?
Why didn't you
I was trying to pay less. I was trying to pay less, guys. I'm not paying him more.
Dude, I had a guy who wanted to do that with me. I
only pay more if it's a video. I'll only do that if it's on camera.
Makes sense. If you're recording. Yeah, no, I went over to meet this guy. I bought a whole carload. He wanted $1,000. I talked him down to $50, and he hasn't called me since. So I don't know what's going on. I can't seem to get those relationships going.
I have no connections either, Dave. I have none. Of course, nobody lives around.
But
here.
You're just
no internet connection, nothing.
No, nothing. I don't have any. I go to garage sales. The Goodwill people don't even like me. It's like, no.
But Kevin, you also don't
Post office
live near any people. There's no people either, so I don't know who you'd be connected with. You had that auction guy, the guy who had that big giant warehouse.
Yeah, I guess.
What happened with him?
He's too expensive.
Oh yeah, he's tricking my friend into buying freaking Avon bottles.
There you go. He knows what he's doing. I guess some people don't know quite enough.
Oh my god.
Avon.
Whatnot.
It's really bad.
It's been 5 minutes, guys. Whatnot.
Carrie's made it a living.
I thought it was American Bubble Boy.
Oh yeah, American Bubble Boy. Yeah.
Yes,
American Bubble Boy.
I shouldn't be on this show. I'm trying to hold out for a paycheck from Whatnot.
Dude, did Photo Room ever even pay us, Kevin?
Oh,
I thought
dude,
Photo Room was supposed to pay us.
He finally messaged us.
Undownload Photo Room.
Wait. He messaged me 2 days ago. Me 2 days ago. So he needs your number again, so I'll get it.
Is he gonna give us the $15?
We'll get it.
$15.
We'll get it, guys. Let's not burn every bridge, okay? We're not that podcast. Come on.
I spent $22 on nacho fries tonight. I need the $15. I need it. Carrie, what you looking at on your chest there? What do you got there? What's your shirt say?
What's my shirt say? Whatnot.
Yeah.
Dude, that was fairly obvious.
That's really nice. Did they send you that?
So let's talk about Whatnot for a minute.
Rollo printer, baby.
Dude, it prints color?
No,
did you color that
printed,
in?
No, I printed one on regular paper. Actually, Dawn did this.
It's like an arts and crafts project in your house.
He took a yellow marker. It was just like
let me go to Staples and get a highlighter.
No, we used our old printer and then we taped it on top of a. Guys.
John, did you know that Carrie just got a thermal printer and he used to cut the paper out and tape it just till like 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago.
I didn't know that, but I believe it. Like,
you can just see it.
By the way he looks.
Guys, this way is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I'd like doing it like this.
I did it like that for a long time too. But here's the reason that you don't want to do it is because you think it's a waste of money to buy a Rollo or some other thermal printer because it's just not true. The amount of time you're gonna save, it's gonna pay for itself. So save up for one.
Yeah, you want to save money.
Whatever brand.
Especially if you don't have to pay for one like Carrie.
You want to spend money on stuff that's going to help you, like printers, a good haircut, Dave, stuff like that. That's what you want to spend your money on.
I need to get one. Dude, and the other thing is Carrie was paying like $30 every 2 weeks for ink.
Like, no joke.
He was literally buying ink. He was the guy buying the ink from you guys on eBay. Like the ink.
No, I was going to Walmart. I don't know
full
about
price.
Internet.
He doesn't plan in advance. I know.
How dare you?
Listen, John, I have scheduled like 4 business meetings with actual people that want to sponsor this. Yeah, you missed 2, and Dave missed 1. I'm sitting there in these meetings like, what in the world am I doing?
Listen,
dude,
okay,
I was a superstar in our last meeting. Give me a break.
To the darkest place it's ever been. My wife got back a medical test that showed her D-dimer level was raised, and she has a history of blood clots, and we thought she might die. And so I didn't show up to the meeting.
Okay.
Is that a good enough excuse, Kevin?
Yeah. Except for you lied because you said you couldn't get out of a meeting.
I didn't want to, expose her medical information to 2 people. I'd rather expose it to 2,000.
That's right.
Wow.
Of course.
But no, listen, it's all fine. She's healthy. It was a very stressful couple days, and we're out of the woods, so no problems.
Glad to hear it, Dave.
So, yeah, it's always very stressful though when you have to deal with that kind of crap. So I didn't show up for the meeting. I felt very bad. I'm not a Carrie.
No.
The goal is to know that Carrie's the loser who doesn't show up.
You guys know, if anything, I have good intentions.
That's right.
So you guys, you're a boy band, right? You have Carrie, who is like the funny wild card. You have Dave,
the dad,
the hot one.
No, Dave is like the young, like the face kind of.
No, I meant Kevin was the dad.
Justin Timberlake.
Kevin's the older brother.
Kevin's Lance.
Wait,
I
like
think Lance is too old for me. Brother. I don't know. I'm New Kids on the Block era. I'm not. Was that NSYNC? I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I'm not as young as
Lance,
he's Partridge Family, guys. He's like he's the David Caruso or Cassidy. I don't know.
Cassidy.
Carrie's the One Direction.
Exactly.
Whoa, Kevin.
Whoa.
You're the One Direction fan. It wasn't Kevin. It was John. I got confused. Okay.
I'm tired of looking at this like void. Our desk is normally at a different side of the basement, and like you can see all my red stuff. My wife was down here all weekend, so she moved the desk for this thing she was doing.
Oh, it's her fault.
So like, there's just this void.
You could have moved it back.
So at least you guys have like, a shelf of some things to look at.
No,
what kind
it's
of
like
things are those boxes?
Chic.
Yeah, that is farmhouse chic.
Yeah, empty boxes.
Is there anything in those boxes? Like,
actually, yeah, there is something.
How many pillows are on your bed right now? It's like 30, right? 30 pillows, John?
Actually, no, she's not bad about that. There's like maybe 3 pillows on the bed.
Okay.
That's not bad.
So I heard Eric the OBX Picker.
On the bed.
I heard Eric the OBX Picker slept at your house. Is that true?
Another Whatnot sellout. Another.
Yep.
He is a giant
Whatnot
dude.
Guys.
He is. I mean, he's tall.
Yeah, he's a big dude. He also made fish for us that he brought from Outer Banks, and it was amazing as well.
Sounds pretty fishy.
So, John, at the 127 last year, He made, I can't remember what the heck he made. Soft shell crabs. He made the greatest spread. I'm going back to 127 just so I can eat his food.
Yeah, the dude can cook.
Really, Eric's food.
And I went out
Eric
picking
never
with
cooked
him.
For me.
So I'm in a car. I'm going out picking with Paul and Eric and Matt. That's who I'm with. I'm just like, Kayla at least was there homeschooling picker, so I felt like, okay, I can do this. But those dudes are huge. They're huge.
Yeah, they're all massive guys.
Did they fit in your VW Bug?
You know, I think we're at a disadvantage as small folks because my friend called me and he watches a lot of flipper videos. He's like, I love Kayla's videos. The only problem I have is her point of view kind of stinks. It's like you're right there near the items. I'm like, well, dude, she's 5 foot tall. She wears the camera on her chest, so the camera's at 4 feet and the table's 4 foot high. So what do you want her to do? She's like under the table with that thing.
Do you guys ever get invited to theme parks and just can't go because you can't get on any of the rides?
Yeah, right here. Hand up. That's me.
That sucks. I bet it sucks bad, man.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. It breaks my heart every time.
Makes for awkward conversation. You guys go ahead, have fun. You don't want to get to the front of the line. And
I don't want to go on the teacups anyway. Don't worry about it.
Actually, this is a question for Carrie and John. Carrie, I know you're finally bringing a GoPro out. What are you mounting it on? Are you putting it on a backpack, chest mount, head mount, skull cap? What are you doing?
No, I had like one of those ones that straps around here and around your chest, but then it was too complicated, so now I just use the one strap around the chest. So yeah, I'm just walking around.
That gives you letting people know.
Yeah, dude,
it does. It does.
You put it under nipple or above nipple?
Which ones? Yeah, it's under.
I realized a weird thing the other day, Carrie. When you just try without even thinking to touch your nipple, you always hit it perfectly. You have a complete knowledge of where your nipple is at all times.
Dude,
try it, dude. You'll try it later tonight. You'll just be like, I'm not even gonna think about it. Oh, I touched it.
Remember, Kevin has 3 more nipples than you think he does.
We talked about this on the show, Kevin. I think we said you had 14 nipples.
Yep, I think that's what we just.
You're like
decided.
a mama kitten.
He's got a lot of kids, man.
You make me suffer through this podcast, but you just gave me a brilliant idea, and I wrote it down. So if you've seen David, you might be invited in the next one. So have you ever seen Carrie? You might be a reseller video. You ever seen that?
I've seen that.
I
wasn't invited, but yeah.
The whole, nipple, above the nipple, below the nipple part, you might be a YouTube reseller. I think we could just do that video and that could be on there. You could do that one. You could do that one.
Yeah. John, but do you do backpack, fanny pack? Where do you keep your GoPro?
Backpack.
Backpack.
I've done chest mount. I've done hat mount. They all draw a lot of attention. The backpack draws little to no attention.
That is true, but I do get this issue with my backpack where I get a lot of angled footage. I don't know if you've ever struggled with that.
You got to just get the right tilt. You got to get the right tilt.
If you watch my videos, I'm constantly just
and you got to be taller than 4'6" in the YouTube.
Yeah, well, that's my problem. Is I mount it on top of my head. I get a little pole.
Yeah, you need one of those Inspector Gadget things that goes up a couple feet.
Or just right around on somebody's shoulders. Just do a piggyback ride.
With the rim and everything.
Right on your mom's shoulders. That'd be
good.
There
you go.
I use the backpack.
6'2" then.
So a little trick to you. So you put it in a pyre, use the backpack and angle it. I move it around.
You actually
did you see what Philly Flipper did?
I have to have
anything.
The backpack because I need the place to put the stickers.
He has a magnetic one.
You gotta have the stickers.
I've seen that. Kids.
Yeah.
He has just a magnetic one, but it was $40. I'm like, that's too rich for my blood.
I have one of those and I can't figure out how to use it. That's pretty bad. I have one and I can't. My wife got one for me for Christmas and I can't figure it out.
It definitely wouldn't draw as much attention. Kevin, how many listings do you have on eBay right now?
1,118.
Okay, all right, that's a lot. John,
double check that.
Do you carry a lot, John, or do you carry you try to keep it under 500?
I'm pretty lean. I do keep it under 500. I focus more on how many I've sold in 90 days.
Yeah.
So here's my.
That's more.
Mine's pretty low. I've been focusing a lot on whatnot. So there's my 90-day active is 389, sold 771. I had this up to 50K. My 90K was at 50K. But in February and March, I went hard into whatnot. I've sold a ton on whatnot, so it's definitely shifted.
Man,
but you're having more fun. You're having more fun on whatnot, right?
I'm having more fun, and it's easier. The shipping, everything, the selling, it's a lot less work. So I'm just being very intentional with what I put on eBay.
Yeah, that's smart. When I was relisting stuff, because I had unlisted everything for my move. When I was relisting stuff, I was like, I could relist this, or I could just put it in this box marked whatnot, and save it for a Whatnot auction.
Yeah, Whatnot is so
it's just so easy. Yeah, it's so easy
also,
to do it that way.
It's when you're yard selling now, for us three and Kevin in a couple months when they pay them, for Whatnot, you could just like literally yard sell for auctions. Like that Xena lot I got, I'm going to pick out some stuff for eBay. Most of that's just going to go through Whatnot instead of sitting in a death pile forever until Dawn lists
Carrie,
it,
that's
or
only because
Blue Ridge
have,
Mama in your case, Kevin, to one of our significant others does
it's
that.
only because you have social media following. That's the only way you can sell those things on Whatnot.
That's not true.
There
is that misconception about Whatnot. There's a couple misconceptions about Whatnot. One is that you need to have a following, and two is that you're always going to get like eBay money. You're not. Like even if you have a following,
listen,
Carrie's often losing money on there to me. I made some great profit from you the other day, bro.
There's no. I have never bought an item that I couldn't make money on. I've bought about 20 different things from different creators. 4 of them are they don't have a social media following. They have a little, I suppose, maybe, I don't know. But people that I found by going on and watching Carrie's or watching somebody else's, and I've bought from them. I've probably bought 15 to 20 things. I've made money on every single one, and some of them, I bought something off of Eric OBX Picker the other day. And I made it was a Harley Davidson shirt, and I think I was all in for like $8, and it sold. I don't know what I got, $40 or something crazy for it. I mean, it was a nice profit.
Jeez, you kind of just triggered. Oh, go ahead, Carrie.
If you're a picker, guys, like you're going out, we're not paying even for that $8 shirt. Maybe they could have put that
Eric
on eBay,
paid
but we're
nothing
not
for it.
Yeah, he got that for nothing. So if you can move 100, like some auctions I do 140, 150 items. If you can move it fast, that is the big thing about Whatnot is you can move stuff. Yep. Like if you could be on 24 hours a day, people hire people in the card space, John. Like some of the big breakers, they have people on 24 hours a day. And it's insane the amount of potential there is there. You're definitely not going to get eBay prices in most cases, but sometimes it's crazy.
Yeah, but if you're getting it 10 times faster, then the opportunity cost of reinvesting that money, probably ends up being more profitable because you get that money back to reinvest.
Cernoc's connection, so he's a great example, right? So he wouldn't care if I talked about it. So I mean, his listing on eBay has gone way down, or on any platform at all. And he's making a much smaller margin, but he is turning so much merchandise that he's making more money. And he's really selling to resellers. And the way he's doing it, he's selling to resellers.
And you save time, guys. I'm doing one 30-second TikTok a day. I don't have a lot of time to be packaging and listing, okay?
That's true.
That takes
true.
time.
It's a lot of work.
Editing in that, guys.
People underestimate the amount of work content creation is for Carrie. And, any work
Honestly,
is a lot
they do.
for Carrie. Any work is a lot for Carrie. I think, though, that, I've got all these listings that I'm trying to get back up on eBay, and I'm doing it. I'm like, man, this would sell in 30 seconds on Whatnot if I just put it in an auction. And it's very hard to even motivate myself to put it on eBay, even if I know I'm going to get more money, because it's going to take so long. Yeah. It's crazy.
You could ship all that stuff with American Bubble Boy bubble wrap. And
hashtag not
safely.
Sponsored.
So at what point
we are sponsored by
We are sponsored by
Not Whatnot, though. Not Whatnot.
Not Whatnot yet.
At what point does the social media... Here's the real... If you want to know, one of 2 reasons why I'm not doing Whatnot already. I feel like long term you have to niche down. Long term, I mean, you could bring people over and you could get high prices for your stuff to begin with. We've seen that, but at some point, people aren't going to pay 5 times the amount. It's going to wear off, and then don't you have to niche down, or at least go into 2 categories?
Mine's already worn off. Mine wore off really early, but I think you don't have to niche down, but you have to bring quality.
Okay.
You can't just bring crap.
Then I'm out, because have you seen what I picked? I mean, have you seen it? I picked up, people laugh. I picked Tupperware because there ain't nothing else to pick.
This is lawn chair lot number 9.
Which, by the way, I give credit for. And I learned that from Pete, Craigslist Hunter. That was not mine. Just FYI.
Yeah. He also came up with when in doubt.
Pete is out on Whatnot. Pete says Whatnot's going to be done in a year.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Dude, but John, so many people aren't even really giving Whatnot a chance. Did Pete download it? Did he try it? This is what I'm struggling with. I'm fine if you hate Whatnot.
Pete is in Cabo right now. He doesn't care.
I know he doesn't care. And I'm not specifically talking about Pete, but I've seen people. I have these Whatnot videos on my channels. And people comment on them, and they're like, "Yeah, this is a fad," and this is a scam, and blah blah blah, and this company is lame. or people say the company's evil. Like, I don't know. I've heard all types of things about Whatnot. It's like, but have you downloaded it? Have you tried it? Is it actually like an informed opinion, or are you just judging something because it's cool to dislike it? Is that really what it's all about?
Opinion? What is that?
Exactly.
Yeah,
22. What's
and kind of
opinion?
For real,
back to what Kevin was saying about niching down. I think we're in a unique position because we're known as being like literally pickers. So we get a little bit of everything. And John's right. It's just about quality. If you have realistic expectations to realize you're not going to get a $15 shirt on there and get $50, it might happen randomly occasionally. But if you realize you're going to get $15 out of that shirt, you pick it for $2, just like you do on eBay. You find something for $2, you flip it for $15.
I don't know if you've ever watched
thing.
my show, Carrie, but do you realize if I sold everything on Whatnot, I wouldn't have 3 episodes a week in the cabin? Well, I mean,
that's true. Then you have to realize.
Big issue.
Yeah. You have to realize,
Content.
how much of this is going to go towards, my empire and my shilling and all that, and how much is going to go towards actually reselling.
What's the difference? Look, I've heard, and I can't remember who I said. Somebody told me this today. I should probably remember since it was today. One of the criticisms, of course, is that that the social media followings, you got to be on there, you got to have it to do whatever. But what's the difference between that? I'm indicting myself and what I'm doing. I mean, 25% of my sales are going to people who watch YouTube. I don't see how's that any different than somebody going over to Whatnot and buying something because they like somebody.
There's people can pretend like they don't, that there's no value in doing content creation for your reselling, but there is, right? It's not every sale, but there's definitely a value. You're marketing your stuff basically.
If you're an auction company, if you're an auction, like a real auction, like live auction company, you've got to get eyeballs and people to your auction. So you've got two choices to do it. You can try to create a following, right? Get people, get an app, just like there's different apps to follow estates and stuff, and get people following you through email lists or whatever, and organically push that out to people who like auctions, or you can pay to push that information out. In this case, Whatnot is paying a lot of times creators to bring people to the marketplace, and then they're finding other people who aren't creators in order to sell their space. eBay doesn't have to do that because people like me are doing it every day for eBay for free.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys a quick story. I bought a bunch of comics when we were down in Florida for Disney World, and I brought them back. It was like 40, 50 comics, and somebody contacted me that had watched the video, and they were local in Cincinnati, like, hey, I'll buy them off of you. So I shot him a price. He came to my shop and bought them, and he's like, yeah, I sell these on Whatnot. I was like, oh, really? He's like, yeah, I've been on there for like 9 months. You asked him where his
YouTube channel was? I'm sorry.
He has none. He's got no social media following whatsoever. So he built a big following for comic books just on Whatnot because there's a demand for it. So
that's what I mean, though. He specializes in that, though.
Sure, but I'm going to give you another example why I don't think you have to specialize. So, like, I was selling cards for like a month straight. Like, all I was doing was selling cards, and then I got that Funko buy. And as soon as I got it, I knew that if I just scheduled out the shows, that the Funko collectors would come. Because with Whatnot, when you go on, you get a category. It shows you all these shows.
Great point.
All the time.
You can look for a week in advance, and it'll show you what's going to be in there. So people can bookmark it, and then when you go live, they get notified.
It's 100% the reason.
Yeah,
that's what I did with my G.I. Joes. I got a G.I. Joe haul, John. $5 for a Ziploc bag full of G.I. Joes. I ended up selling all of them within a week for like $1,400, $1,500, $1,600. I don't remember how much, but if I put those on eBay, they'd be there for 2 years. Like, because I'd be competing with all these other people.
You do.
I was the only one with those legit early G.I. Joes. On what
you put up your auction early, like John was saying, like a week or two in advance. Without social media, you do a good video or a good picture. You put in the items that are going to be available. There, you could have 0 follower on social media. You come in with a bunch of new in the package Ninja Turtles, and you have a video showing them, and you say you're starting. You are going to have a packed house. Period.
Even
because
better.
It's all in the toy category. Everybody's looking through every day through the toy category.
So I'm going to give you a different perspective
people are gonna show up to try to get them for cheap.
Tell me if you think I'm right, from just flip it around a little bit. So the way I look at this is, in some ways, if I'm not on this actually helps me on eBay in some respect. There are a lot of people exiting the eBay space for the ease of selling on Whatnot. I mean, I'm looking at 3 of them in some respect.
No, it's not what's happening with me, dude.
No,
I mean,
what are you talking
Kevin,
about?
maybe you'll finally sell more than 26,000 items. That'd be cool.
All right.
I've been focusing a lot on eBay lately, but I did for a short time to adjust. You're right.
You're just getting defensive. You're not listening to my point. My point is you're listing less. Maybe not you, but John, you said you're being more, a little bit more specific, selective. Yeah. Thank you. Having trouble with vocabulary. I know 4 or 5 people who are. I know a few that aren't even selling on it because they're hitting it so hard. Certain markets are, because some buyers aren't ever going to go to Whatnot. Period. Mm-hmm. If you want one thing, you're not a collector of a certain thing, you're not going to Whatnot. You're not going to sit through it. You're going to go and you're going to find that one thing and you're going to buy it. And that's just it. And I think in some respects, it actually helps people who are selling, on eBay to some degree.
Could we get like a Whatnot Bonanza integration, Kevin? Be able to create some sort of.
You guys talked about this with talked about this with Tim. Whatnot's not, and he said it perfectly. He said Whatnot's not trying to replace eBay. There's space for both. Now, what Whatnot is doing and will continue to do is take a large market share of eBay's sales in the categories that Whatnot offers: Funko Pop, sports collectibles, whatever it is. They're going to take that market share, period. They already are, and they're going to take more of it because it's new, it's inventive, people are interacting. Like, it's a completely different buying experience. It's an immersive buying experience.
What age group are we dealing with here? I mean, do you notice? I mean, it's hard to tell. Obviously, can you tell?
It's like 20.
I don't know exactly, but yeah, it's younger for sure.
It's probably 20 to 40, but let me speak from experience here with TikTok. When I started TikTok, it was young kids. There was a lot, but there was adults watching the app. And now there is a massive amount of 40, 50, 60, 70, 70-year-olds going
just
on.
Like Facebook was.
Just like Facebook. It's the same thing.
Yep.
But I will say this, and you're right, Kevin, like a lot of people are leaving eBay or like stopping. And I did that for a time for sure because it was so encompassing. It was a lot of work to do Whatnot. I think it's not wise to leave eBay. I think eBay's still a big major platform. I'm learning that. I kind of got away from it a little.
Depends on the item.
I'm back. Yeah, I'm back on making eBay a bigger deal. Probably with some of
eBay to have a supply.
I still list on eBay. It's just I'm very particular with what I list, and I don't list as much as I used to. I used to list 25, 30 things a day. Now I'm listing like 5 to 10, but it's $50 to $100 items, sometimes more.
Yeah,
and
but if
things
you
that I know are going to do on eBay, like a weird, large, Native American doll, like a big receiver, stuff like that. That's eBay. Not the Whatnot stuff. It's just
you get a big G.I. Joe box. You're going to pick out the best ones, and the rest, that $5 to $10, $15 stuff you might have put on eBay before, you might just run it through Whatnot. Get rid of it
I'd
quick.
Put it all on Whatnot. That Funko buy, I had $100 Funkos. I put them all on Whatnot. I started them all at $1. So like I'm a big start at $1.
And you don't always get the eBay money always. Sometimes I'm sure you do.
No, you don't, but that's okay. But so I had my own online auction business for 5 years, and I started everything at $1. I didn't care what it was. Because if somebody got a deal, the website was the auctioneer.
Online. Oh, it was online.
It was online, yeah.
Words are hard.
So if somebody got a deal, they would come back. They would remember that they got a deal, and they would come back. And I built a huge loyal following doing that. And I'm trying to do the same thing with Whatnot. I'm over 4,000 followers now. And honestly, less than 1,000 of those are from my YouTube because I've tracked it of like who's buying what, who's following me. And as I'm doing giveaways with like sports cards and stuff, I'm building more of a sports card following, and that's what I want to do. So.
Well, so you and Carrie both fell in love with Whatnot, and you both have auction house history. That is interesting because it's like you have to have that mindset of knowing you're not always going to win. You're not always going to get max dollar.
But that's okay.
You got to get deals. Yeah, you have to have that mindset.
You have to understand that, an auction is supposed to be mutually beneficial. They have to get deals to want to come, and you have to obviously make money to be able to stay in business. But a lot of people are just worried about making money, and it becomes very much of like you're using people.
I've been to those Whatnot auctions where it's like, we're going to start this off at $36. You go on eBay, it's $29.99. You're like, I'm not going to bid.
Yeah. Those are the people who say I don't like Whatnot. It didn't work for me when they didn't really.
Right. Yeah.
John, I have a question to take it slightly off Whatnot. I know no one wants to leave the Whatnot topic, but are you happy with your
except for the viewers?
Are you happy with your new building as opposed to your storage unit setup? You got that nice building. I'm sure it costs a little more. Like, are you happy with that choice?
I'm thrilled with it. Yeah. So my other setup, it was really interesting because they had like these little like offices with the storage unit. So I had an office like warehouse space that was 400 square feet. It was good, and it was only $400 a month, which is very reasonable. Wow. But then I also was renting like 2 storage units, so it ended up being like close to $600 a month. So this place became available, and it was like a quarter mile from where my old place was. It was still super close to my house, and my brother-in-law's house was super close too, so he's got part of it. So it's just basically this huge house. It was a realtor's office, and we've got tons and tons of space. Rent is more; it's $1,800 a month, but it just opens up a ton of opportunities. And we're on a great place to put
all your employees. You know, your 8-9 people that work there.
Zero of those right now. So we're on a super busy road, and I put up a big sign, land and trading posts, and I had to put like appointment only because we're not zoned for retail or whatever. But the township was fine with what we're doing. So I get calls all the time, like I got this, I got that. So I've already made about a dozen buys from random people that are driving by because they've got this or that, and I've made some money on that too. So
does it say on the sign? Really does it say like we buy your items or anything like that? Like
it says buy, sell, trade. Yeah.
Okay.
I probably got a picture of it somewhere on here. It just says land and trading post, buy, sell, trade, appointment only, that kind of thing.
It reminds me, and tell me if I'm wrong here, but it reminds me. I think I've heard Pete say, Craig's a son, if you don't know out there, he said in the past, if you had to do it all over again, what would he do? And if I recall, he said that he would do something similar to he didn't say it about you, but you're doing it now, where he wouldn't have a big retail space. He'd have a small space where he could turn stuff over online, but bring stuff in instead of having a big retail space.
The retail space just has so much overhead. His overhead is humongous. I mean, he makes a killing. Don't get me wrong. And Pete's amazing. I love Pete. I've learned so much from the guy. But I understand because I've had that business. I've had 5 employees. Like I know what the overhead is with that and the tax implications. But that's what the sign looks like right there. Off my glare,
if you're listening, it says buy, sell, trade, lander, trading post, and then a phone number, and then it's a picture of John with his shirt off. I don't know if that's helping or not, but whatever. So, Carrie, this all begs the question.
Somehow, man, come on.
Carrie, this all begs the question. They're talking about like a store that's appointment only and how great it is. Like, how do you suck so bad at it, Carrie? Because you have that and you're failing.
It's true. I don't know, man. We've had this a couple times. We've had a couple locations, and we did better when we were in a smaller, cheaper location. Lots of overhead. And me and Don just don't like being at the shop.
Yeah,
we like to be out picking.
The hours. When you put your hours 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning, nobody shows up.
Yeah, nobody
will show up. Have you considered firing Carrie and Don and getting some real employees? Maybe that would help.
I've considered it, but we're all we got.
Okay. So opening the store. All right. Okay. So you just failed. Good job.
Thank you.
Hey, okay, so I have another question.
You're always
I
a
get
winner
this comment, John.
John,
I get this comment from time to time. It says, it's a wanna on my YouTube videos. Oh, look at you. You're a wannabe Froggy Flips. And so I sent this message to Anthony. And Anthony responds with a screenshot of his videos of people saying, Hey, Froggy Flips, you're a wannabe Cincinnati picker. So I want to know, what do they say?
That's a good question.
What do they say on yours? Who are you a wannabe to the YouTube viewers?
I'm a wannabe Froggy too. Somebody commented just like a month ago, and he said, this is what they said. Get your together, Froggy's leaving you in the dust.
Wow. Okay, but before Froggy had his explosion, they must have said someone else. Who did they used to say? Pete? Was it like
that's a great question.
So. I don't know, dude. I've seen it all, man.
You guys get comments.
I've been making videos for 5 years.
Yeah, people watch them.
That's hilarious.
Who was the first one, John, you saw go to a garage sale? You were, I think, the second that I saw. I saw Pete go to a garage sale, and I'm sure. I mean, there's probably somebody we don't even know who did it out there first. But do you recall who the first one you saw? Maybe
it was NC Picker.
Pete was the first I saw. Pete was the first reseller YouTuber I ever saw. He's the reason that I started making videos because I saw his channel. I saw other channels. I was like, oh my God, there's a whole community of resellers on YouTube. Like, this is nuts. And I had been reselling full time at that point for like 3 or 4 years. So to find that really just opened my eyes and I don't know.
Well, not to gush, but the one that did that for me is John Cincinnati Picker. He's the first one I saw,
awesome,
and he's the reason I made my channel. So that's kind of cool. I just copied you, and we're trying to steal all your ideas. Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Like that. Who was it, Carrie? Who'd you see first?
As far as like Cincinnati, like my first person in Cincinnati that I followed, it was
the first Cincinnati-based
Shad Juice.
Cincinnati-based reseller.
Shad Juice is awesome. I love Shad Juice. Really
Picker, Ohio.
I'll say this, being the one with the smallest YouTube and everything, like I looked up to all you guys for years. Not you so much, Dave, but like Kevin and John. So, I mean, I watched your guys' videos. I've been watching YouTube reseller videos since 2011, and a guy named Redneck Picker. Go look him up. He stopped making videos years and years ago. I've been watching him forever, and I just,
John, I took a chance. I'm like, I'm going to go on TikTok. And so what I did is I went and I found the biggest TikToker I could in the space, and I sent him a message. I'm like, hey, can I call you? He's like, yeah. And send me his number.
I was so excited.
Oh, I was surprised to know. I'm like, you know who I am? I'm like, this is cool. I called him.
That's awesome.
That was legit exciting.
That was the moment they fell in love.
I love the TikToks you guys make. It's a completely different art form, and I cannot do it. I'm telling you. I need like a solid 15 minutes to get my point across. You guys are like 10 seconds. So this is what it is.
I'm straight up TikTok.
I can't do what you do.
Dave,
all you got to do, it's simple formula. You steal something, and then you tell somebody what it's worth, and then you never post it. That's how you're successful.
And then make fun of the person you stole it from.
I have video clips, and I just hand it to my wife because my wife has a huge TikTok following.
She does it. Yeah.
So I'm like, just make a TikTok of this. Like, go crazy with it.
Yeah, and you made like 4 , I think.
Kevin, you said you were ticked off.
I was ticked off with
myself, the dumpster one.
Yeah. Why were you ticked off?
Speaking of, Pete was the first one I saw jumping a dumpster too. I wish if he would have just kept doing that, he probably could have retired.
Dude, those dumpster ones, they get a lot of views, guys. On TikTok as well. My whole thought when I started the TikTok thing, like more than 2 years ago, there's like 5 or 6 of us. My whole thought was like, just do small YouTube videos. And then you realize people don't have attention, on TikTok. So you just have to move and do all that stuff. But yeah, the dumpster diving thing, there's plenty of people on TikTok that are big for dumpster diving, and they just took the YouTube trend, and whatever the trend is on YouTube, if you can figure out how to bottle it up in a short time, you can make it.
I get Carrie. I get Carrie to help me out with TikTok. I start on TikTok. Dave steals him within a week, gets him to mentor him, and Dave just shoots right past me on TikTok. It's because he puts out like 6 TikToks a day, and he's got no shame. He just recycles stuff.
It's true.
Carrie has shame. Dave has.
But you got to realize you got to have an Instagram following to get respect in this business, Dave.
I don't have that filter that everyone has of like, hey, I totally like negotiated beyond what was reasonable. I'm not going to put it. I'm just like, I'm going to put it anyways and see what happens.
I took a video down off of TikTok for the first time. I took one down. I finally had enough of the comments. I actually took it down because I know people who are reading them.
Which one?
I took Kevin, the one down.
Man.
Yeah.
Brother, the same way Carrie coached you on TikTok, I'm going to coach you on not giving a shit, okay? I've heard it all. I've seen it all. I've had my comment trolls cross into my real life, okay? Real life where it's like, oh, wow, these people are serious. So I will coach you onto how to not give a shit.
No,
we're not going to get into that.
It's not me.
Coach me. I need some lessons.
I
already
know.
Well, you don't need to coach him. Look,
coach everybody.
All right, so I had a TikTok. So
we have dozens of people listening right now.
Dozens.
So, Dave, I think you saw it. I told you about this one, right?
Yeah, I told you to post it on TikTok,
PlayStation.
Right?
I did put it on TikTok. Oh,
good. It probably did great.
Right. It was doing good. It was doing really good.
Of course.
So I don't know. I'll probably put it back up sometime. Just not the right week. So I put it up there. And it's, if you didn't see it, Carrie, did you see it? It's the one with the PlayStation.
It was awesome.
So
Kevin was so bad in it.
Oh, is that the one where you said $25 or something? I knew you screwed up the second that happened.
I don't mind lowballing, but I have a line, right? Well, I come up to this 2 boxes full of video games. I think there's like 30 PS2, PS3 games. It's got a PS3 backwards compatible, which is hundreds of dollars, and then a PS2 plus all the games. And she's like, just $40.
Kevin goes up. How much is this Atari?
That's so not true. I do not lie. And I said $25, and she's like, "Fine, take it." $25. I mean, but listen, it was before the pandemic. You know as well as I do that the value of video games, and especially PS2s and 3s, were literally half the price as they
Feels like gaslighting a little bit, but go ahead.
I'm just telling you, it's true. You got to test those things. You got
listen. One thing I'll agree with the world on is, as a reseller, we want to make the most money we can make in any deal. We want to. I mean, it's the same with every business that anyone's buying from. If you go to Walmart, their goal is to make as much money as possible from you.
But they have real jobs, guys.
I can't get rid of stuff. John has an outlet where he has this yard sale thing everywhere. There ain't nobody. I could have a yard sale. Nobody show up.
John, are you still doing that monthly sale at your shop?
I am, yeah. Well, I was going to do one this month. I've done it indoors 3 or 4 times, and there's no like big open space really at the place because like it's all hallways and everything. Mm-hmm. So I've decided to only do it outdoors now. So I'm just gonna wait till it gets warm again.
People coming in lifting the stuff. That's what it is. They're stealing.
Nobody's lifting stuff. They can steal it. I don't care.
Dude,
that's the idea.
John gives
Amen.
deals.
That's coming from
I do. Like fill your car $100. Let's go crazy. Like it's gotta go.
Seeing this.
I buy so much stuff. But yeah, like it needs to be outside because the people come in, it just gets too crazy. So like we got to do.
I can't get rid of anything, y'all. If I can make $3 on the thing, I'm selling it. I am not getting rid of it. I can't. I got a problem. I can't get rid of it.
I know you do.
If I can make money on it, I'm selling it.
Well, do you guys shop at flea markets ever? Have you ever? I know, Carrie,
I just went to a flea market yesterday.
I went this morning, and it was actually like really fun. Like I've never really tried to source at a flea market, and it was so fun because it's like 50 yard sales all at once.
You should do that in Vegas.
Typically a little bit higher, but not like
it was
antique
not
store
antique
prices,
mall
though.
high. Yeah,
not antique mall.
And the personalities you meet are great.
Oh yeah,
oh my god, man! It's like you're going in the '80s. These people,
when I first started doing the channel,
belong in a different generation. Awesome.
I first started doing the channel. I went by the flea market and I was asking them because I wanted to develop like relationships with these folks and kind of come back and have reoccurring characters in it. Yeah. And they're like, "Dude, you're not putting me on camera."
Oh,
no
dude,
way.
they hate that.
You know why though? It's because none of them are paying their taxes. None of them are paying their taxes.
Right, yeah,
no, I wanted to make it a thing.
Lot of cash
I wanted to promote them.
That is a hot, very true take right there.
It is true. That's why and I'm like, what's the deal? They don't want to be seen because they're not paying any tax.
I get that.
Whatever.
It's the only place I ever get anything about my GoPro or when I've been holding my camera up obnoxiously in people's faces. I'll literally do that.
You don't need the up nose shot. Like that's not really required for content. I don't know why you keep doing it.
You do what you got to do, dude. I got to keep getting that sweet TikTok money, guys. That's
all this was leading to the reseller tip of the week. You ready for the reseller tip of the week? I did it at the yard sale today. Okay, I go there.
The bolo of the week.
This guy, we did that earlier. Remember, it was the Popples.
No.
So the reseller tip of the week. Well, not the bolo tie. You mean? Yeah,
the bolo tie was earlier.
Go ahead.
Bolo tie is a great bolo. But no, so this guy had a big box of VHS and DVDs. They were all anime, right? Like Japanese
animation?
cartoon. Yeah. No, Japanese cartoons, not just normal animations.
Well, I
asked him how much, and he said $5 a piece. I walked away, and I was like, I want that whole bin, but I'm gonna do the walk away, and I go shopping, I walk by him a couple times. I come back, I'm like, how much for the whole tote? It was like 40 or 50 pieces. Remember, they were $5 each. When I said how much for the whole tote, he's like, $40, and you can have the whole thing. Like, okay.
Yeah, I was
like, he's gonna say like $150 or something.
Awesome.
It's the jelly bean effect. Always. There's always more than you think there are. You always get the jelly bean effect.
And then I was really mad because I was editing the footage. Oh, go ahead, John.
I was going to say you shouldn't have done the walk away because if you done it right then, you catch him off guard. And after you walked away, he might have counted and see how many were actually in there.
He clearly didn't. But yeah, that was a risk.
You got lucky with that was
a risk. Yeah.
When they give you the high price, you got to do the, like one of those, like what, and then you got to give like a little pout, and then you just
a little tear.
Silence.
Silence
will make you so much money. I'm serious. If you watch some of my garage sale negotiation
this is great advice.
Videos, once like a number's thrown out, like I'm just quiet and like people they can't take the silence. I haven't always been that good at it. Like it's taken years to get better at it, but like now I'm really comfortable with the silence.
The TikTok we were talking about,
the tension building in it, and a lot of times people just talk themselves down on the price that they threw out. Like
the TikTok we were talking about, I didn't do anything. I was happy to pay the $40. I just was looking at the games, and she said, "Make me." After she's like, "How about $40 for everything?" And then I was looking through the game. She's like, "Make me an offer." I'm like,
so would this work
what am I
better?
supposed to do?
Would this work better than the belittling I've been trying? Because they'll say 40 and I'll say, "You moron!" And then they don't usually come down from that. It's weird.
I get this. So I talk to the camera when I'm doing videos, and I'll talk to the people who are watching it, and I'll pick up an item.
Too,
say, I'll pick up an item and I'll say, like this is, this can sell for $12. I work in the $12 to $15 range. Not like you high rollers.
Those are your bolos.
And I've got a $130 bolo anyway. And so I'll be talking to the camera and like, it's too much, it's $2 or whatever, it's too much. And viewers just hate it. Like, you're talking people's stuff down like it's garbage.
Oh yes,
too much. $2.
Carrie had
that. You're throwing it.
I'm not
the
even
ground.
talking to them. I'm talking to the viewers. They can't hear me. They're 20 feet away. What do you got,
Kevin? How high are the wattage on your light bulbs that you need sunglasses indoors? I've been wondering that the whole time. I gotta ask.
Yeah, so can Paul you wash that hat?
Has
also?
It correctly. So Paul has it correct. When Philly Flipper talks about the hat, the hat is. I played baseball my whole life. I got the connection with you immediately. I watch it because you're selling sporting goods and bats and gloves and stuff. And so I've played my whole life, and I'm not very big, obviously. So two things started. The first one, well, in college I was, but the hats that they would give, all these hats are made for like normal sized people. So I have these hats that are just massive, and I look like Marvin the Martian, with these giant hats and whatever. So what I would do is I'd cut out the inside foam of the hat, like Cernock would do, and it would sit down lower on my head, and then I'd put glasses on my head, and I'd look normal. And so I just started doing it, and I just never stopped. There you go.
Look normal.
I feel like a dick. I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm sorry I made fun of your small head. I hope we're still friends.
It's aggressive.
It makes you look a little taller, too. So there you go. There you go. That's serious question, serious answer.
Yeah, we've actually, I think that's good. But no, Carrie got in trouble for calling people stuff garbage. I get in trouble all the time.
You got in trouble on this show for that in the comments, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I actually, and I don't.
Your response was good.
I don't like to do responses because I was lucky to grow up as a TikToker first, guys, before I was a YouTuber.
True. Yeah.
So I got every sort of terrible thing said to me right away. I know everything that's bad about me. I get it, and I get it in this podcast
and it's
as
true.
well. It's true. Yeah, I know. But anyway, they said that, don't call things garbage. I was doing that because it was a fun word to use, and I thought it would be different than saying stuff. That's why I did it. So I was just like, basically,
you got in trouble.
Go away.
Okay, let's play one more call, because we said we're going to do 2 calls. We got a lot of great calls, guys. Thank you for the calls. They were all good. This one I thought was really informative, so it's only 20 seconds long.
Hey, y'all. It's Allie. Just calling to play a little Marry, Date, or Dump, Trash to Cash edition. Marry Carrie, obviously. Date Dave, because he doesn't want to go to Taco Bell a few times a week. And dump Kevin's chair. That thing is a real dud. But please keep Kevin.
It's not well made. It's not well made. It's not well made.
Dumping Kevin's chair. Dumping Kevin's
better
chair.
Than I thought. I thought they were dumping me.
I was hoping they would. Next time, guys, we want some people dumping Kevin.
Yeah, Dave.
Except let's do the real way where you have to kill Kevin. That's how it ends, right?
Dave, you're just a fling, man.
There's no comment.
You
gave up comment of the week. What about the people that just comment and they don't have phones?
Well,
what about the people like Kevin who don't have phones and stuff?
No, okay. Actually, what we need is for people to go on to Apple Podcasts and leave us a review. John,
John, where do you listen, John?
I'll do it right now. I listen on Apple. I'll give you a review right now.
Dude, you know what you should do in your review, John?
Guys. This is going to be a wild one.
In your review, John, you should say, in your review, say, John the Cincinnati Picker was their best guess. He made the show a 5 out of 5.
He's the only guy I knew.
It might look weird if it says Cincinnati Picker.
That's the whole point. Yeah, I mean, comment of the week, Kevin. Did you pick one? I thought you might have picked one.
I
did. I actually did already read one. The Tom Cheese 10X is my number one. Remember, I read that one. That
I did enjoy reading the comments from the live, wishing that I was there. That was nice of them.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that wished you were at the live. And guys, I don't know how you don't understand this. Some of you were still questioning why Kevin wasn't there. Kevin doesn't do lives. There.
He's just got his headphones hooked up to a potato right now, guys.
Yeah. Yep. Tiffany did say this. She said, "Thank you for the whatnot comment. I can't handle the annoying buy my awesome LuLaRoe whatnot sales."
Yeah. I think that's more a LuLaRoe thing than it is a whatnot thing.
All right, so the show's dying here, so I'm going to squeeze in my reselling bolo since nobody cares but me. So I've never seen this, and this is.
I do have something I want to talk about first, though.
John, you may know this.
I also have something.
Have you ever heard of Smathers and Branson belts? They're derby belts. Do you see Kentucky stuff coming up? I got a belt.
I do see a lot of Kentucky stuff. I just haven't seen that brand before. It sounds fancy.
It's got racing horses on it, and it's like needlepoint. It sold for $130 for a belt. So Kayla, if you're out there, I bet she sold that before. $130.
Really?
That's crazy. Yeah, Kayla sees all the Kentucky stuff.
She get all
talking about good pickers. Kayla's an excellent picker.
She'll kill you. I've seen her cut somebody's Achilles heel on the way into the sale.
I believe it. The best pickers have a very good combination of different traits. One of those traits being very hardworking and hustling. She has that. A really good eye and willing to learn a lot. She has that. And just like, nonstop, like, I'm going to make this successful. She's got all those. Like, it's perfect.
When I went picking with her, and I mean, she literally was at I'm like, where's she? She's at the next sale. She's at the next sale. It's good. Matt, part-time picker, he's terrific too. Totally different styles.
Oh, Matt's awesome.
Different styles.
That's the thing. There's no perfect way to do this. There's a lot of different ways to success in reselling. And that's really
you know what? And
you've
been picking with people before, and so you go to sales, and everybody finds stuff. So just imagine how much stuff you miss just because you went to a sale with 3 other people and everybody found everything.
Don't even get me started. That's one of the worst things about being a YouTuber. Yeah, same thing. It's the worst thing about being a YouTuber. It's like you have to watch your failures. You're like, oh my gosh, look what's right below my nose. And I didn't even look at it. Like, you get so mad at yourself. It happened today. I'm editing my flea market footage, buying these stupid anime VHS, right? That's the good part of the story. The bad part is there was a Danbury Mint Harley Davidson model new in box right below me the whole time. I looked it up. It's worth $160. And I didn't even ask about it.
Did you edit that? You can't edit that out. So
I pointed it out. I pointed it out. I put a little screenshot and said I'm a moron.
They'll point it out.
Yeah.
Title. Look how stupid I am. Everybody will click on that.
Exactly. I've learned so much by that, though. I mean, I'm a better picker because people are like, "Oh, why didn't you look at this?" And I'm like, "What? No." And then you get all angry, and then you look it up, and you're like, "Yeah, you're right." Maybe
I love it when they do that, as opposed to I just got a comment from someone, and it said, "Look at you buying the crappy cosmetics and leaving the awesome ones behind." Which ones did I leave behind? Tell me so I can buy them next time. Like, come on. Timestamp it. Tell me exactly what I should have bought. I suck. Make me better.
I think just Instagram, YouTube, and social media in general makes so many. If you want to be a good picker, you need to be on social media watching people. I believe it, man. I mean, I am so much better than I was. I've been doing it for 21 years.
I'll take it.
I am so much better the last 5 years than
I'll take it a step further. You should be doing content because you will, just like Dave said, you'll be constantly picked apart and told how bad you are at this. And Dave, with good reason, some of us unjustly, but still, no, seriously, I think it's good. It's good.
I'm terrible.
It's good. Slightly separate question. Is it harder to grow on social media now? I think TikTok's already harder than when I started. What do you think, Carrie?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, no, TikTok has slowed. It's already tougher. It's definitely tougher.
And it's clearly, in my opinion, that way on YouTube. I don't know if you feel that way, John.
Instagram's literally
I started
impossible.
my channel in 2017. I can count on 2 hands how many, reselling channels there were for the most part. I mean, there might have been 30 or 40. There were not many. I'm telling you, there were not that many reselling channels in 2017. Now there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
Oh, so many.
The competition is just so much higher. Like, I think you can still succeed. It would just maybe take longer, and you got to have your own little unique twist to it, I guess. I don't know.
So I went on, just to give you an idea, I just right before the show started, I went on Bolo Buddies to give Carissa.
I was on there. I saw you. Yeah.
You were on there. Chosen Good Reseller. She's having a hard time. Give her a little happy birthday, whatever, and a bunch of creators. Dave, you saw there was 100 creators in that thing.
Was it Chris's birthday?
Yes.
Yeah,
it is today Chris's birthday?
Yeah.
I gotta go send her a message on Instagram.
Go.
Yeah, I mean that is true. The amount of people in there, and so I got a buddy who's about to try, Kevin. I got a buddy who's just about to launch his YouTube channel, and it is. I told him, I said it's gonna be hard. Like, consistency and quality, like, you can do it, but it's not as easy as it was even 2 years ago when I got into it. Like, it's already harder. I mean, you look at Carrie, his channel sucks. No one ever watches it.
That's true. That's true. And like, at this point, I'll be straight up. We're doing lives. We're not even going to mention your channel unless it's a $50 super chat at this point. We're not. If you want to get into this circle of garbage, you're going to have to pay.
Kevin, I did some quick math here. Since you have been reselling for 21 years and you have sold 26,000 items, that means you sell 1,200 items a year, which is about 100 items a month.
Well, I mean, first of all, obviously the beginning of
it's like a half item a day. I'm not good with math.
More like 4. Guys, this has been a lot of math tonight, okay?
I'm sorry.
I'm going to say.
Alexa, turn off the lights. Sorry, I've always wanted to do that on a podcast.
I used to go to, I know this won't make sense to y'all, but I used to go, this is before smartphones, I used to go to Goodwill.
I'm not surprised.
And I would write down on a notepad, write down model numbers and all that stuff, and then I would drive home, and then I would look them all up and write them down, and then I'd go back and buy the stuff.
You had to feed the horse first to get in the carriage.
Did you have like a pen or like a quill? Like how did that?
Kerosene lantern.
Latin? Were you writing in Latin?
Hey, I would bring a computer in my car with me to go garage sailing.
And
then call it GPS, Kevin.
Rip the whole back seat.
And then I would pull up to I would literally go to yard sales and then write things I would question down because I didn't have money to be throwing around, you know.
So you were that weird guy just writing in a notebook at people's garage sales.
I did. I'd drive to McDonald's and then look them up and then I'd go back to the yard sale and pick them.
That's wild.
If I went out to a yard sale it was 2001 or whatever, if I didn't come back with 4 or 5 video gaming systems and boxes of games, it was a bad day.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
I just
that
know,
stuff used to be so easy to find.
Yeah.
You know, it's
just going to the DI
because of people like you, John. It's you. You destroy.
I don't find that shit ever. Are you serious? Okay, so there's several resellers.
Shad Juice gets it all.
I'm going to tell you guys, Shad Juice is a great picker. Ben, Ready Set Resell, Vincent's Valuables, Pro Picker. There's a lot of local guys with channels that are awesome pickers. There's also a lot of local guys that aren't on YouTube, and they're just not good pickers, okay? And I know who they are. I've been competing with them for years, and I see them leave a sale. I'm like, I cannot wait to see what you left behind. Oh, my God, I can't wait. And I go in there and find gold every time because they're like, do you have any video games or iPods? And like,
you hear that, Herbert? If you're listening, Herbert, you're garbage.
That's all they buy. That's all they buy. And I'm like, there's gold right there. DVD VHS combo. Give me. I'll give you $5 for they just don't mess with that stuff.
Jewelry. I find jewelry that people.
Jewelry.
I never picked that till about 4 or 5 years ago, and I have a hoard of. I mean, I probably have $4 or $5 grand worth of gold and silver that I just keep it.
Kevin, what's your advice?
Okay, so $3-4. Wow.
What's your advice for someone like me who has no idea how to pick jewelry? Like, what do
I
need?
Watch my video.
I know you carry something. No. I'm not
make sure
to
hit the thumbs up while you're
Kevin,
watching.
someone literally.
And then when you're done, Dave,
someone literally.
Then go down below and you can hit the affiliate link for exactly what John
Arcade
just said.
Treasure Center has a good video on that.
Yeah.
Literally, someone
that guy's
messaged
awesome.
me today.
That guy puts out a lot of really good content.
He knows all
really
stuff on that. Yeah.
Roy, right?
Also, super nice guy.
Roy, yeah, he's awesome.
Guy.
Super nice guy. Met him at the rally.
Literally,
what happened?
What's
going on?
Sorry, they weren't letting
Did
me
you
talk.
Just cut them off?
They weren't letting me talk. Literally, someone messaged me today, John, and they said, "Hey, I need someone to teach me how to resell. Can you teach me how to resell?" And so I'm not going to go watch Kevin's video if the viewers are going to just literally message us and say, "Hey, teach us how to resell with your spare time." Oh, hey, Carrie, welcome back. Sorry, go ahead. What about Arcade Treasure Center?
What? No, he's amazing. He's a really good reseller. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
He's a good dude.
Guess who's getting dumped?
Kevin's chair is here. You've been dumped, Kevin's chair. That's
hey,
good.
welcome back,
like
buddy.
Poop. Man.
Dave lets the power get to his head sometimes.
I do. I'm so powerful. I can just remove them whenever I want. No, I just was saying Kevin, I'm not going to watch your video. So John already answered the question. I need a loop and I need a magnet. And what does the magnet tell me?
If it's a ferrous metal or not. So silver and gold, I think bronze and brass, they're all, is it non-ferrous or ferrous metals, Kevin? Which are they're non-ferrous?
I don't know. I just know that they don't stick.
Correct.
So the good stuff doesn't stick?
Correct.
Right.
The good
but
stuff
that doesn't
stick.
necessarily mean it's good. It just, you're eliminating it. If it sticks, leave it behind.
Okay.
If it doesn't stick, it's cheap. Just buy it all, and you can figure it out later.
Okay.
There's a chance. If it doesn't stick, there's a chance it's gold or it's silver or, gold filled, something like that. So that's just usually a giveaway.
Go to your bank, get a bunch of quarters. If it's pre-64,
I used to do
40%, and then if 40. It's like pre-certain,
40,
then 90%. 90, another, My dad is hardcore into coins, like the biggest coin collector you'll ever meet. So like I've learned a little bit from him.
A lot of money,
and there's a lot of money in them too, for sure. So like
I got through college.
Just learned a little bit from that stuff.
I got through college you guys don't remember newspapers, I'm sure. That was before your time,
Never heard of them.
But I would fill the racks. So I'd go around to all the places and work in the middle of the night in order to make a little bit of money. And so when you dump all those quarters, I got to the point where you could hear that silver, and every time you could, and I'd pull them out, and I still have those. I got a bag of those that I got when I was working in college.
That's awesome.
Hear it.
Wow. When I was 16 years old,
hand them to your paw, go to the soda shop. Yeah.
When I was 16 years old, there was this lady who I worked at a grocery store, and there's a lady who worked at the grocery store, and every time she would get change from a customer, she would see the year on it, and she would literally swap them for quarters she brought. And so she literally was swapping.
There's a lot of people who do that.
Yeah. I'm telling you, you can hear them. Tim probably
is that legal?
Tim licks the quarters to see if they're.
I thought it was sketchy at the time. I should have done it. I'm an idiot. Back then, there was still a lot floating around, and I don't think there are anymore. I think they've been pulled. That was 2002. Like people were pulling them back then. Like they're just not even out there.
See, I was working at Burger King back then.
You got fired the next day.
Let me tell you who stole a lot of chicken nuggets. This guy right here.
That guy right there.
I would just be eating nugs all day, man.
John, did you what did you
call
do?
it the BK Lounge?
Oh yeah, the BK Lounge. Yeah, man. We'd always get these creepers that would just whisper and just weird stuff into the whatever you call that machine that gets the order. I forgot what it was.
The
John,
voicey
what did
thing.
you do before this?
The voicey thing.
Did you have a jobby job?
Me?
Yeah, I've had some jobby jobs.
Yeah, John did.
I did. I've done sales for a long time. I've really liked, sales and the idea of making as much money as I put effort into it, as opposed to you'll make this much an hour. Like I've never liked those jobs. So yeah, I've done good with commission jobs, but I've been reselling now for how old am I? I mean, it's going on 18, 19 years.
You're 29,
I've been reselling.
John.
God, I feel like I'm 59. So yeah, when I was working at the sporting goods store, I was constantly finding sporting goods and supplying them with used sporting goods and flipping it that way and doing a little bit of eBay, and then it just blossomed into a whole different thing.
I got a buddy on my video. I call him Play It Again Rick, and that's all he did for years.
Nice.
Every single weekend, he'd go out and get it, go flip it, and I'm like, "How much you make every weekend?" He's like, "After I pay for breakfast with me and my old man, and I pay for the gas, I'm clearing $250 to $450 every single week."
That's awesome.
Flipping. Yeah. Wow. And now he's selling on eBay.
Sporting goods are cheap. Nobody looks at sporting goods. Nobody pays attention to them. You can make some awesome money.
Well, if there's
not only with your local sporting goods store, but on eBay, rare bats. There's old hockey helmets worth hundreds.
You ruin the market. You ruin the market for that too.
I'm pretty sure I learned about them from you, John. Honestly.
Yeah. If there's really bad bats, like Pee-wee bats, broken, dented, I buy them and I never get any money for them. Those are all I ever buy.
Well, that's your mistake. You weren't paying attention to my videos, man.
That's right.
I said don't buy the little kid bats. You got to buy the softball.
But they look big to me, John. They're huge. These things are taller than me, and they're kitty bats.
28 ounces. Oh my gosh!
It kills me. Turner he's playing baseball now, and we had to go out and buy a bat. I'm like, these things, and I don't have a bat for Turner. I'm gonna go out and pay whatever.
I love pulling out of my inventory.
What'd you get?
He probably wants to get composite ones that cost
a DeMarini. Come on, you got the money.
You know what I used to do, John? I used to because I coached baseball for 15 years. So at the end of the year, I'd put all right, week, and you got to get all your stuff out of the clubhouse at the end of the season. Yeah. And I would just hope they didn't come back because all those seniors that left, I mean, I'm pulling $200 gloves out of there, man. I'm like, let's go.
So you quit coaching, you quit your job. You're a real quitter.
Part of the hide.
I am a quitter. I am a quitter.
He said it with such a defeated voice.
I'll tell you what, if I had to do it all over again, I would have never, ever even started. I would have. If you would have started reselling, full-time, going full-time at it in 1999, 2000, when you guys were in grade school.
.com bubble.
Man, you could have if I knew now what I know. I mean, now you say that for anything. But man,
but the money that stuff sold for back then is totally different than now. You know what I mean?
No, totally. People say reselling is not the same order. I feel like it's the best time to be a reseller, and I've been doing it forever. I think there's more money in it right now than ever, just simply because there's more and more and more people buying online. It's harder to get the inventory, but that's not the biggest problem.
It's easier than ever to get rid of the inventory, though. With all the places to sell.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Carrie. Not only that, but you can source differently than other people. Like things like Whatnot. Like I'm out there making offers on things, and I know these people are looking at me like, "Why the heck is he buying that?" Like a lot of these flea market guys are seasoned resellers, and they see me paying like $1 per crappy action figure, and they're like, "What an idiot!" And I'm just like, "I'm gonna make like $4 a piece, and I'm gonna sell 80 of them in one night. Like I'm doing fine."
Exactly.
Yeah, but they're laughing at you because they're like, "He has to pay taxes."
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
They're like, how does that small child have such a luscious beard? Is probably what they're ting.
I came out of the womb like that, actually. It was my womb broom.
Here we go. Hashtag new merch.
Did you just make that up? Did you come up with that on the fly?
I feel like I've heard it somewhere. The womb broom.
Womb broom.
That's really
I like it.
I have an advantage picking over you guys because I lived in the 70s. And have you noticed the trend? It was the 80s. I feel like the 70s are coming back. Kayla sells 70s stuff all the time.
Yeah. I mean, you lived in the 60s and the 50s.
We got like skipped generations, right?
30s.
90s are coming hard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's nostalgic for 90s stuff.
Yep. And the 20s, Kevin, you lived through those. The 10s.
Exactly.
Living through them right now, Dave.
Exactly. You find some old school World War I chemical agents. Those things.
I wonder the people that listen to this podcast. I wonder what images they
they've never seen you. Yeah.
Oh yeah. If they've never looked.
They have to have looked. Guys, go look at Kevin. He's not actually 90. He's 87.
Yeah. He's not as old as he
great
sounds.
for 87.
He's a hot 87.
He looks the youngest for everybody here.
Some people will notice that he actually has, for Kevin, kind of a 5 o'clock shadow right now.
No, it's just a true shadow. When I coached my baseball team, in playoff time and grow a beard or whatever, and they would all grow beards, and I was like, yeah, sorry.
So John, what are your long-term plans with this new channel? Like, what are your goals for it?
Honestly, just to have fun. Like, I'm just enjoying.
It's a fun channel. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not putting a lot of time into editing. Like, I'm not cutting out my ums and my this and that and all that crap. Like, it is what it is. It's pretty raw. There's no intros. There's no outros.
Well, name drop it for the people.
Yeah, it is CP Sports Cards. I think I have a whopping 3 videos on there right now. I just started it maybe like a month ago.
So,
and how many subscribers are you at on there?
That's a good question. I just released a video today on my main channel, and I shouted it out. So let's see what I got up to. I'm over 1,000 now. I was.
Congratulations.
Let's try to get him. I feel like we could get him to up to like 1,002 if our viewers kind of participate.
Yeah, because there's going to be like.
That is great. I love that.
There's going to be 10 people who
the trash to cash bump.
That unsubscribe.
Trash to cash. Oh, he was on the trash to cash. Unsub.
Paul lost.
TTC bump, baby.
Yeah.
By the way, I left you guys a review. Do you want to know what I wrote?
Yeah. What's I
wrote it. Read it.
Hold on a second. Let me find it.
Kevin sends a free enema to anyone who leaves a review. Not Eneman, but enema.
Somebody wrote,
show up at your house.
I had somebody send me a message. They found 3 of them. Yesterday, they sent me a message. They're like, I found 3 of these at the thrift store Carrie found. Well, I don't know if you did or Dawn did.
I legit found one at the Savers. I'm not. I wouldn't lie to you about that. I would other stuff, but not that.
I found one of the new ones at the Savers.
Yeah,
one of the brand new ones. I mean, I donated it, but
there's a lot of them just going. Usually, you'll find them in the dumpsters, but some of them are getting donated because for some reason somebody might want them.
My review's not showing up. I wrote a review.
You know what? You know what, John? It takes like a day or two. It'll show up by Tuesday probably. So anyone listening can probably go look at John's review and let us know what it says.
There you go.
So. Okay, this has been Trash to Cash, guys. Let's end it.
3.5 stars.
3.5. We didn't even deserve that many.
That's 2 more than we deserve.
Thank you, John, for joining the show. Carrie and Kevin, thank you for coming as well. Make sure you subscribe.